Angie with Angie's Crafting with Diamonds here on YouTube. Welcome to my channel. If you've never been here before, it's great to meet you. I enjoy getting to know you. Please like and subscribe to hear more content as the weeks and months come up. And welcome back. For those of you who have been here, I just wanted to say a special thank you to those who left me really extra kind comments last week about my grandma. It's really, really heartfelt. I do truly appreciate that. It's so nice to know that there are people out there who can understand and, you know, the situation I've been in. And I'm sure a lot of you have been there. And it's part of life, right? So this week, I'm going to be doing a WIP N Chat for week 8. Are you kidding me? Is it really week 8? Is it, are we nearing the end? Well, yes and no. It's not really the end because we're going to leave the Facebook group open all year. And our YouTube channels will be running all year so we can all stay in touch. Yeah, so it's just the end of the event portion of the Josephine Wall adventure. As you know, these Max Color kits are huge and they take a long time. I am nearing my goal on mine for the end of May, which is to finish, hopefully, I just put my light pad out. Maybe I'll zoom out and show you for a sec here. Just a little. In a different room in my house, so things are not quite normal. You can see here at the end of her wing. So from here, my goal is to finish this up to the top corner on the right. And it's almost there. It's like right there. There. See? It's to finish that. And there she is. See? There she is. I went all the way from there and all the way across. I know it doesn't seem like much, but it is because of how many colors there are and how many color changes. Right now, I am going to mark off this section and cut it with my knife. And that's the section I'm going to be working on today. Well, I'll give you a little chat. Now, everyone is welcome here. You don't have to be in the Josephine Wall event to be listening to my WIP N Chat, and I will be talking about things other than the Josephine Wall event as well, because as part of my channel, I am doing a weekly WIP N Chat with you guys. So grab your coffee or whatever it is you enjoy, tea, juice, I don't know, water, and we'll hang out for the next little while and do a little chat. So what I'm going to do, this is my process on how I'm structured but not structured. So this section I can see here is in her hair. And I can see, yes, there's a whole bunch of spots that I missed, but I've left those on purpose because I'm just going to go back when I'm done this corner and then fill in all of those as I pick those up in here, because I just don't feel like getting them out again, as I was kind of tired last night when I was working on this. And I've been on a roll. I haven't worked on anything else all week except this. I really haven't. So my progress from last week on the other 2 kits I have right now has not changed. I think though in June, I might be kitting up the mermaid from Lazy River Diamond Paintings, the sneak peek that I had, because I want to have that in my summer arsenal of things I'm going to work on. And I'm going to continue to work on my Angel of Starlight JBG, because that's such a fun little kit. That won't take me very long. If I can tear myself away from my Josephine Wall kit, right? I've got almost summer nails. I got my nail color changed. Oh, how exciting. But I really quite like it. It's quite cheerful. And it kind of goes with the kit. The blue ones were better, but, you know, got to change, right? Got to keep moving. So all we can do is keep moving, right? Do the best we can. So what I do is I mark that off. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 by 4 is 12 squares in this section. And what's happening now is I'm not blinging up her hair. I'm blinging up the wings here. And I put in a couple of plain frosted ABs up in the top of her hair. I haven't decided if I'm leaving them in. I probably will end up leaving them in simply because I'm too lazy to pull them out, or I'll get used to seeing them there. But my plan was not to bling up her hair. My plan was to bling up her dress, which is at the bottom here. So when I get into that section, I'll start doing more blinging. And then on the other side, of course, I have more bubbles to bling up and some, it looks like there could be some easier sections simply because there's less colors in a section. And this, I would say, it doesn't look too bad. The wings were heavier confetti than this because there's no grays in here and no blues. So this is down to oranges, pinks, and yellows. So that is less, by virtue of that, it's less colors. So it's going a tiny bit quicker. And I can't quite get my plastic up because I'm talking as usual while I do this. There we go. There's my section. So today I'm going to be using my pens from CraftedMakes. Whoops, that was a de-stash pen. Here's my pens from CraftedMakes. I'll be using these today, and I have quick hold putty in either end and glue dots in my single placers that are almost ready to be replaced. So I may have to replace my glue dots while we're talking. We'll just see. I don't like it when it's a brand new dot because they're too sticky. So there's like a sweet spot in the glue dot, right? In the glue dot life, if you want to call it that, it's life, where it's just perfect. So the beginning and the end is kind of rough, and it's like, when do I give up and put in a new one? Then I have my DpGalCreations tray, which I will be using because there's actually, like I said, not as many. Is that hair of my hair getting in my canvas? Pull that out. So annoying. I just exposed that. Shouldn't be there. So I'll have quite a few more drills that I'm using here. So yeah, so let's get started on that. Which one do I want to do first? I'm thinking these telephone handles for your classic telephone look pretty good. And work on these. So things that have been happening since last weekend. We started, well, first of all, it's been hot here. Unseasonably hot. This feels like July weather and not May weather. And yeah, so after the services last Saturday for my grandma, we went on Mother's Day in Canada. It was Sunday. I believe it is in the US too, but I think over in the UK, they already had Mother's Day. I'm not sure. But anyway, so we obviously hadn't really gone shopping or anything for that. And what we normally do is, normally my husband and my son get me a couple of hanging baskets for the yard because that's what I like. They make me happy. And but we hadn't obviously gone and done any shopping, so you know, we just went out and we went to one of the local nurseries where we like to go. And last year, having a sip of coffee here, and in the spirit of gardening, I have my pansy coffee mug, and actually this came from my grandma's house, so I really like this. It was like the only one, so I don't know if somebody left it there or if it was like a mug that she just liked. I never saw her drink from it, but still. Anyway, so we went over to the nursery, and we had found a new small nursery in our neighborhood. Well, in our community, let's call that. That blue dot is done on that pen. Let's see how this one is. This pen. Yeah, this one's better. So last year we were able to get nice hanging baskets for anywhere. And remember, this is Canadian dollars, and we're in a different economy if you're in another country. For $14.99 to $19.99, and if you bought more than one, you could get a discount. But it was only, I guess, May the 14th, so we got there, and there weren't as many choices as there were the year before. So we're desperately trying to remember what weekend we bought flowers last year. So we might go by there again, because I need to get a couple more baskets for my yard. I have a hanger at the front of the house that is empty. It looks weird because there's nothing there. So it has to be a hot sun basket on the corner of my house because it gets no shade at all. And, you know, it seems to dry out really fast there, but, you know, just get, I don't know, I've tried all kinds of things to put in the bottom to keep it moist, but I haven't really figured it out yet. Anyway, one of my grandma's solutions, and she was an avid gardener, was to put a clean diaper in the bottom of the baskets. But that would involve pulling everything out of the baskets. And usually those baskets that you buy are root bound, right? So I don't know if I want to go do all that or not. Do I want to do this one next? Yeah, okay, I'll do some of this one next. There's lots of this in there. So that'll keep me busy for a minute. So yeah, so what I got was a moss basket that's a full sun basket, and it has all kinds of mixed flowers in it. I think there's like a geranium and some pretty hanging thingies. I don't know the names of these flowers, you guys, so don't laugh. I just know what they are when I see them. I have no idea the name. I just like, oh, I like those ones, and I like those ones, and I like those ones. So we got a hanging moss basket, and it does, oh, I do know that it has petunias in it. I know that. And I know it has geraniums. So there you go. How fancy am I? Not very fancy on flowers. So we put that out underneath the cedar tree. We have a large cedar tree in our backyard. Like, it's huge. It's taller than the house. I don't have any idea how old it would be. And we hang it under the tree and on one of the lower branches. And it seems to get filtered sunlight there. And we did a basket like that last year. Oh, I'm getting my baskets mixed up. So the sun basket's on the corner of the porch. We have a sunshade, sort of a porch on the backyard, so we can sit outside and not bake. And so we'll put the sun basket on the corner of that, and it's a moss basket. And the other basket that similar to the one we got last year is a shade basket, and it has begonias in it, like shade begonias. And that basket was so happy last year, it lasted all the way into the fall. It must be just a good filtered light spot for these plants. So we bought another one similar this year. So it'll be neat to see how it does. And of course, this means when we go away that we're assuming my son's going to water them and they don't completely die while we're gone. But, you know, what are you going to do? You can only ask him to do it. There's no guarantee. He is who he is. So my son is 22, and he's disabled, but he can stay by himself. But he will forget to water plants because he's 22, right? those are not his priorities. His priorities are his video games and his friends and his dog. So remembering to water mom and dad's flowers is not always a priority. Last year when we went for our week holiday, we actually put an automatic, we pulled all the baskets off the house and we put them underneath an automatic waterer in the backyard and just did that. So we'll probably do that again. But last year my son was not home. He went to his cousin's house at the same time we were away. But I don't think he's going to do that this year. His cousins live in Alberta, the province over. And so I took him to the airport, and that was his pretty big trip for him to go to see them. And I don't know if he's going this time. So yeah, I just don't know. Everything is so been so upside down with new jobs and my grandma's passing that we're just not organized. Like normally this weekend we would be gone. We would be gone away for 3 days because Monday is Victoria Day here in British Columbia. And I think it might be a holiday across Canada, but I'm not 100% solid on that. I know it is in some provinces. It more than likely is because, you know, I think it's related to Queen Victoria because Canada used to be part of the Commonwealth. So we have that holiday. We've had that holiday as long as I can remember. So I don't think that is going to go away anytime soon. I see this one is the wrong color. How did that get in with those? Maybe that is one of these ones. I just opened and it got stuck in there, and it did. So I'm trying to be careful. Yep. I don't want to run out of any of these oranges because I'm going through so much orange. The oranges. I know in the Flight of the Lynx, the other kit I have, there was no oranges. None. So I didn't say it. Highly unlikely that I'll run out, but I don't want to. So I'm trying to be careful with good drills. I have had some trash. This is the trash I've had this week. I'll just show you my trash because I happen to have it here. I don't know if you can see that. That's not very much trash. And a couple of those could be just jumpers that I wasn't able to save because I didn't know which color they were to match them back up. So anyway, yeah. So flowers and vacations and all of that. Those are a thing. So I think today we might go look at and see if they have more baskets out. We also need to go and buy a power washer. We had a very small power washer. It was just a handy size for cleaning around the house. And my husband was exhausted one night and he didn't put it back inside the garage and someone walked off with it. So annoying, you know, but what are you going to do? So we have the nozzle and no power washer. So that doesn't work. So that's what we're going to go do today. And, you know, it's just one of those times where you need to go to we have like Lowe's and stuff here, but there aren't very many of them. We usually would go to Home Depot, maybe, but we would prefer to go to Canadian Tire, which is like, I call it a higher end Walmart. But it's smaller. Walmart's kind of junky up here. We get some of the stuff. I still shop there, but sometimes the stuff is junky and it doesn't last very long. But it's good for like staples, like, I don't know, things you just use, like, I don't know, toiletries or things like that. But when it would come to like, I don't know, sometimes the things in there are just not the greatest. And our Walmart is pretty run down. They need to do something about that. It's, yeah. It's a superstore, but it's, I don't know, every time we go in there, the groceries are half picked and there's nothing to buy. And I don't know why it's like that. Maybe because it's a busy area, but it just is. So I'm not just sitting here. I didn't come online to run down Walmart because there's a much nicer Walmart that's another 10 minutes away and it's fine. So, but I don't feel like using my gas to go to that because gas here is outrageous. The expensive. It's $1.80 a liter Canadian. And isn't there 4 liters, 4.86 liters or something like that in a gallon? So there you go. Brutal. Absolutely brutal for gas right now. Because you know me and my calculator. Now I have to get out my calculator. So, and that's for regular. So regular gas, and I hope this isn't boring. $1.86 times 4.86 liters is $9 a gallon Canadian. Times, what are we at? 70-cent dollar is over $6 US a gallon for those. But yeah, you guys over in Europe will understand the price per liter a little bit better. And that's for regular, not premium. Premium is $2 on something. And my car happens to be premium, but thankfully my job is only 20 minutes away. And my husband's vehicle is regular gas. So, yeah. That is a thing. So, that's it for that color. Next, what do I want to do? I like to do these arrows. They always stand out to me. I find I do things kind of in the same order because it's always the similar colors that stand out to me. You know? So something we did in our yard a few years ago was we ripped out our lawn. Because our lawn was lumpy and our yard is really small. I forget how many feet across it is. Is it 40 feet across and like 30 feet deep, our whole yard? And because we go away, we wanted to, our thought process was we want our house to be easy so that we can go away when we want to, thinking ahead to retirement. So it was either replace all the lawn and mow the lawn or just dump it. Because it's always a big mess. Our yard is clay, so we'd have to get in topsoil and all the rest. So we literally ripped out the yard, the backyard, and we put in natural stones. So maybe one of these days I will take you for a walk out there once my flowers get blooming and stuff, and I'll show you my yard. Because it's kind of interesting. I have, we have a center garden with some roses in it, and we have some climbing roses on the fence. I mean, we're not obviously like super gardeners. We're not out there pruning every day, but we still enjoy our flowers. We do gardening our way, if that makes any sense, to our energy level. This kind of got away on me, didn't it? But yeah, we really enjoy sitting out there, and now we have a covered patio. But the next thing we need to do is refill between the cracks of our patio stones, because we did that a few years ago, and now the sand that we had put in between is kind of, it's been blown away, and the cedar tree drops little, they're almost like mini pine cones sort of thing, all over the place. So we cleaned that up. A lot of the sand went with it. So we need to get a couple of bags of sand and push that in, and it'll be better. We've also looked at sealing the stones, but that's really expensive to do. So I don't know when or if we will do that. So, you know, it's only so much money for things, right? And we don't know if we'll stay in this house because they're putting in an extension of what we call the SkyTrain here. It's an above ground, mostly above ground, sort of like a subway. And it's going to come right down the main street near my house. So I don't know if we'll want to stay. after that. And yeah, we probably will, but I don't know until it's here. Sure. Some people have already sold and left the neighborhood. But yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Oh my goodness, I have to go get my little dog. She is barking because I have the door shut. Oh. Did she want in here? I thought she wanted out there. Hello, sweetie. Hello. What are you doing? You wanted to come and see? Come and see the peoples? Can you say hello? Hello. I am Kisses. Kisses. Kisses the puppy. Anyway, hard to do that without taking my camera off. So you want to be here, do you? And she coughs because she has a collapsed trachea. So, yeah, you'll hear her coughing. And she is 14 and a half years old. She has, of course, lots of health problems. So that's another thing. I've got to take her in for some tests because she hasn't had tests in a long time. And we should just take a look at where her heart is at. Because I've been in and out of work, I haven't had the funds to take her. And yeah, it's just time that she goes and gets checked in case they can give her some more medication to help her be more comfy. But she's running around doing pretty good, as you could hear, barking. She's mostly sleeps all day because that's what she does. Oh, 2 drills in a row of trash. Yeah. Then she's a Shih Tzu, by the way, a 10-pound Shih Tzu. And when we got her, she was under 2 pounds, and she was already almost 4 months old. And my thought is, the lady that raised her had 2 litters of puppies living in her house, like it was a good breeder. And I think that her brothers and sisters were already gone, and I think maybe she was the littlest because she was the runt of the litter, and I think she had maybe a few close calls because the owner called her baby when I got her. She had already, yeah, this is baby. We still have baby here. Baby can go now. I'm like, oh, okay. So when you think about that, can go now, that meant that she couldn't go before. So that makes me wonder about that. So she is a baby. And yeah, 14 and a half years old baby. So yeah, that is it for her. And you've probably already heard about my Bernese Mountain Dog if you've been here before. She's just turned 4 and she's 70 pounds of hair. And number 1, affection. So she's not in here right now. She's hanging out with my husband watching baseball. I think the Blue Jays are on, and my husband is into that. He's originally from Toronto, so he's a Blue Jays fan. I am not so much into the baseball thing. Being here from Vancouver, it's not really a thing. We don't have a major league team here. So we had a basketball team for a little while. But nobody really, I don't know, we didn't really get into that either. I think it's how you grow up, right? What you grow up with. My family was not really into a lot of sports. The only things that my dad watched on TV was hockey, my stepdad. And that was only if it was happened to be on when he was home. It wasn't like he watched it on purpose. So, I know there's lots of people that are diehard football fans. My husband likes to watch American football sometimes. And my dog, why are you cleaning your paws now? Why are you cleaning the couch? The couch does not require you to clean it. Please don't clean the couch. Like I said, we're downstairs instead of upstairs. And because it's been so darn hot. It really has. It has been, I don't know, do I need to get out my calculator because I don't know my Fahrenheits? It's been almost up to 30 Celsius plus humidity, and that's hot. Today is going to be a bit better, thank goodness, because you know what? We don't need it to be that hot right now. Right now it's supposed to be raining because we live in a rainforest. Nothing will be green if there's no rain. Then the trees will just eventually start dying. So not to be depressing or anything, but it's the facts. We saw the start of that last summer. Some of our parks on the trees were not doing well because they're not the kind of trees that can go without water, right? We have big green trees, big ones. So anyway, much like Washington State, if you've ever been there, it would be very, very similar to that. And I'm sure they had the same problems we had here. They're so close by. So I'm hoping, even though I don't want it to rain, I would like it to rain for the rest of the month. I think that would be a darned good idea for that to happen. And then it can be sunny for the summer, when summer's supposed to be here. That would be great. So I think here, so last week I gave a secret word for a giveaway for a $15 card to Diamond Painting with Sparklers for the Josephine Wall Event. Everyone was welcome to enter. And again, I thank everyone for their kind and creative comments. It really means a lot to me to have you guys let me know that you're thinking of me and my family, and that was really very kind. So I'm going to take a little break here, which you won't miss, and I'm going to do the draw. So good luck to everybody. Good luck. Hello everyone. Here's our YouTube comment picker for the draw for a $15 coupon code for Diamond Painting with Diamond Painting with Sparklers. They are a Josephine Wall Event sponsor. Thank you very much to Tima at Diamond Painting with Sparklers. Thank you so much for this. And good luck to everyone. I've gone ahead and loaded in my YouTube video. And I'm going to click pick a winner and filter on the word sparkle and filter out duplicates. And now we're going to click pick a winner. And yeah, I'm not a robot. Not so far anyway. So we'll just wait for that. Oh, I guess it already did it. Just a second. Winner, Nia. Oh, congratulations, Nia. And she says in her comment, I love the progress on the bubble flower canvas. And the sparkle is just so beautiful. And the comment is a little bit longer. I wish I could see more. Well, that's going to her channel. We don't want to do that. I'm sure she's saying she can't wait to see how everything turns out. So congratulations, Neha. Please reach out to me on my email at angiescraftingwithdiamonds@gmail.com, or you can reach out to me on Instagram. And also, I guess I'm available in the Facebook group for the Josephine Wall event if you're in the group, and I think that you are. So congratulations. So congratulations to the winner. You can contact me on my email at angiescraftingwithdiamonds@gmail.com, or on my Instagram, which is also angiescraftingwithdiamonds. The links to all of that are in my link tree in my bio here on YouTube. And yeah, so now we're on week 8 I believe Kim's Crafts has a giveaway this week, but it would be greatly appreciated if you listen to all of our WIP N Chats, including Deb, the Crafty Diamond, because she's going to be showing her progress on her pretty kit, Fly Me to the Moon, as well. And then I need to remind everybody that is wanting to participate in the grand prizes. There are 3 grand prizes, and how that's going to work is you can enter, how to enter for the grand prizes is going to be to post your finished section or kit of your 30 by 40 section in the finished post that I put up a couple of weeks ago. I'll put a picture, maybe I'll just put a picture of it here so you know what to look for. So that's what that looks like when you're in the Facebook group. If you're not in the Facebook group, you can email your finished post to any of us hosts. That's Kim's Crafts and Deb, the Crafty Diamond. And we will put your post in for you so you can be entered for the draw. And so what we'll do is we'll match up the finished post to the beginning posts, which needed to be in before May 1st. And then we are going to load that into a wheel and do the draws. Now, there's only going to be 1 prize per person for the grand prize. So if you win once, your name will be pulled off and you won't go into the next 2 draws, because we want to have 3 happy winners and as much chances to win as possible. Yeah, so that'll be good. And I don't know if we're announcing what the grand prizes are yet. I mean, I just don't know. I don't want to announce it and then have Kim and Deb say, oh, we were going to do it as a surprise. Because I don't know if I can tell you or not. I would love to tell you. I know what they all are. They're totally awesome. And just to remind you, our sponsors are the One with the Diamond Art, Captured by Radiance, Diamond Painting Shop, CraftedMakes, Diamond Painting with Sparklers, Diamond Painting Fanatics. Yeah. So, and DpGalCreations for trays. So yeah, we have lots of prizes coming up from them in various, ways. So that's going to be exciting to have those draws. And I'm sure you're eager to know what the prizes are. We feel that our sponsors have been extremely generous, and I want to thank each and every one of them for that. It's truly wonderful to have that support from them, and I hope that they will sponsor us again next year. But we will have to wait and see who sponsors next year, right? So just to let them know, it's truly appreciated again. And yeah, please, if you are looking for a pen or a diamond painting kit for summer or anything, or summer with the masters, Diamond Painting Shop has several kits for summer with the masters, which is coming up. I think it's in July, or is it June? I don't know. And then Diamond Painting Fanatics has several kits for the Pride events coming up in the month of June as well. She has kits for the JBG event that is coming up in, I think, also in July. So yeah, and then there's discount codes for our other sponsors. So please go and show them some support and love by using those codes. They'll be all down below in my description, and those codes are good until the end of the month. So we still have, to the end of May. And you have until the end of May to post your finished post. We won't close that post off until then. So yeah. And if you've already finished your kit and you want to you just want to throw in your section because your section's done for now, and keep going if you'd like. You can throw that in now so you don't have to think about it for later. But I would love, I mean all of us in the group and in the hosts would love to continue to see people's progress. The Facebook group is going to remain open throughout the year. And Deb and I are going to be returning as the hosts for next year. So that's exciting too. So we'll continue to monitor the Facebook group, and we hope we have new people come in and everyone continues to be so welcoming and friendly to everybody who is. Some people in there are just new to diamond painting altogether. Some people are new to Josephine Wall and the Max color kits and the different ways they're done. So that's fun too. And I'm just learning so much from other people about how they've kitted up their projects and how they put it all together. And getting to see everything come to life has just been awesome. Because these kits are so big, it's almost like if you watch someone else do a kit, it's almost like doing it yourself because they take so long. It's impossible. Well, I guess it's not impossible, but it would truly be a challenge to try and do all the kits I ever want to do. And I saw that Diamond Painting Deutschland had some new releases in the last week or two. And that was extremely tempting, but I did not buy any. I know I talked about it. I did not buy any. I just wonder if that's crooked. I can't see that. It's a little bit dark in here. Oh, it's got a tiny tag on it. Yeah, so that's truly exciting. But I didn't order any because I still have 5 more. And yeah, I need to do those because if it takes me 6 months to do a kit and I have 5 kits just from Diamond Painting Deutschland, that's ignoring my kits from Diamond Art Club, then that's 2.5 years of kits without buying anything for Max Color kits. Plus I still have my kit from the Diamond Art, one with the Diamond Art to finish. I didn't work on that this week because, well, I just didn't. I was on a roll with this one. So I want to reach my goal of getting this end done here for the end of May. So probably what'll happen is once I'm done to the end here is I'll switch over and do some more on the other one. Yeah, so it's early morning here and I have not had breakfast yet. And I think I need to go and have my breakfast and go make my shopping plans with my husband. And we'll sit outside in our yard while it's still warm enough and not raining. Because I'm hoping it starts raining. It's a little early to be doing that here in my area. But we're going to enjoy it for the day because it is here, so we can. So we might as well. And yeah, so on your way out, please like and subscribe. It really helps my channel. The thumbs up feeds the video in so more people can find it and enjoy it too. And it's free, it costs nothing. If you're new on YouTube, you may or may not know that. Likes are free. They show love and all the things. So be generous with that. And we'll see you again next weekend. I'm going to do, I don't know what I'm doing for other videos yet this week because I've been wrapped up. But I hope to get some more new content out soon. And yeah. So see you again soon. This is Andy checking out. Bye for now. Bye.